You are a superstar. Symbol of a woman who be working for herself. You are a superstar. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. You a vlogger, fashion over. You a being one less than a mugoza. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie.
Guys, like what, like I don't even know, like what the hell, bruh. Wow, my nerves are still shot, but oh my gosh, guys, like wow. So I was super exhausted when I left here, and I was like, when I come back I'm gonna just sleep, but obviously adrenaline mtakabawo is pumping, and I was like, I know I'm not going to sleep because my head is just rushing. So let me go ahead and just film a story time for you guys. So first of all, hi, how are you? My name is Owamie. Welcome if it's your first time, and if you are obviously coming back, you're a ninja. Thank you so much. I know that you guys have been complaining that I'm scarce, but I've been like working on some stuff, you guys, behind the scenes. And the other project that I was working on was actually putting my background together. That's a story for another day. But I'm gonna go ahead and just give you guys like what happened today, basically, like why I had to accompany my sister so late. So my sister came, you guys, I can't remember when, but I think she came, no, because she went back after that. I think she came back on Monday, if I'm not too mistaken. So that's my baby sister, you guys. Like, she's schools in Pretoria, so she's there. So when she came, you guys, like I obviously also just wanted her to help me, because obviously the cleaning and everything was gonna be a lot, knowing that, you know, actually not even knowing that we were gonna do this, but just there's something that's happening, and so I just wanted to do like a spring cleaning. But what I actually did was that I felt, you know, there was a lot that had to be done. I wanted like deep cleaning, and so there was a lot of clothes that we had washed, and ironing is also like a lot. So I decided I'm gonna go and get someone. So I woke up today, and then I went and fetched someone that was gonna come help us. So it was like the three of us basically working together. And then that was when the guy came that had to build this, because this was actually like custom fitted, I should say, or measured here, and then they obviously put it together. But yeah, this where they messed up, they're gonna have to come back tomorrow morning. So basically, guys, I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, that lady had to leave. Obviously she leaves, things were nowhere near done, obviously. And the reason for that was because he was working, so it was kind of messing up. She was also just not good, I won't lie, she was horrible, but at least she ironed the clothes. So I was like, at least that part is done, so the rest we are gonna just do ourselves. So obviously this guy finished late. I dropped him off around past 7, so you should just imagine the whole day we were literally working, and I was just exhausted at this point. So my baby sister honestly really did pull the weight. And then around 11 she was like, you are like, because I had told her that I'm gonna accompany her, she was like, oh, you are gonna accompany me, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to. I don't know how time flew, you guys, but time definitely did its thing. Okay, so I take a shower. After taking a shower, you guys, like I go to my bedroom and I'm just relaxing in the bed. Now as I'm in the bed, you guys, something like is just saying, oh, I mean, don't accompany her, like it's too late. And mind you guys, like at that time it was like to 12, maybe around, yeah, to 12, like 10 to 12, somewhere there. And I mean, I'm somebody that goes out, guys, and I can come back at 2-3 a.m. in the morning. So why am I feeling this unsettled feeling of saying I should not accompany her? It's late and it's only like to 12. It's not even 12 at that point. And so I just sleep in my bed, you guys. My baby sister starts taking a shower as well. So when she's taking a shower, this thing is like in my mind, like, Owamie, don't accompany her, it's late. I'm like, so it's like my mind is fighting, you guys. My mind is fighting. I'm like, do I accompany her? Do I not? She actually wanted to leave yesterday, but then I kind of stopped her. And so I felt bad. I did not want to be like, oh, I'll accompany you in the morning. And again, in the morning, I also need to take my car in for service. And again, the guy is going to be coming in the morning to fix where he kind of messed up. So I'm like thinking of all these things, and there's also another thing big that is happening, and I'm like, nah, I definitely need to just accompany this child. So like I'm back and forth, you guys, in mind when it comes to this. So I'm like, okay, that is fine. Around 12:15, my baby sister is like, girl, we need to go. I'm like, no, we will leave at 12:30. She was like, okay guys, 12:30 comes, and literally it's like this unsettled feeling, like just it became strong. And I'm just like, and for some reason it's like, so I was telling me like it's safety reasons, it's for safety reasons, it's late, like, but I'm like, bruh, I always drive like later than now. So what is the difference now? You understand? Take the car keys, go into the car. Obviously my baby sister always sits at the back, and so I'm like, okay, you know what, let's drive this car, let's go. So we leave. When we leave, you guys, I kind of had my skirt, like, I just don't understand, I kind of had my skirt, and it's like, you know, a black skirt that like has got elastic here, so you can wear it as a dress, but you know, it's a skirt. So I decide that I'm going to wear that. I take it, I pull it, I put it here. Now it's tight, but it's not that tight. I've worn it several times, but as I drive out of my complex, guys, that feeling was so strong. I started to feel like almost as if I'm gonna have like a panic attack a bit. Like I feel like it was definitely an anxiety attack. So I tell my baby sister, I'm like, listen, I think this thing is too tight on me. Like, she obviously had like her clothes. I was like, can you please just give me something from your clothes so that I can wear that, so that I can be comfortable. And then my baby sister was like, oh, okay. So she went into her bag, she pulled something, and then this is what came out. This is my baby sister's top. So after that, you guys, I continued driving, but I could feel it, and I knew that this feeling is not because of the top. There was a part of me that was like, Magunga shu, but you need to be at a point where you're comfortable. Do you understand? Because I was literally feeling it. So I enter the N1, you guys. As I enter the N1, obviously it's late, I ain't driving 120, so I was kind of like driving 125, somewhere there, which I feel like is kind of normal in a way, you know. For story purposes, the limits I'm gonna talk about are false. So, you know, I'm driving. As I entered the N1, you guys, like basically there was a car here, but this car is sort of like it's like an H1, you know, like this Hyundai H1, but it's not a Hyundai H1. I don't know what car that is. I didn't really pay too much mind to it, but it's like that car, right? So as I'm driving, I see it. Obviously I pass, and then it's like behind me. My baby sister and I are talking, laughing. I'm playing music. You guys know my car is forever a jam. If you watch my Instagram stories, you will know. And then, sorry, as I'm driving, guys, I realized something weird. You know, when you're driving, sometimes you will speed, but you are not even like realizing that you're speeding. So I saw that, you know, I was entering like, you know, 136 somewhere there, and I'm like, let's pull it back. We are not in a hurry, let's not waste petrol. Petrol is very expensive, and I just filled my tank this morning, so I'm like, we are not trying to let go of this petrol. But the weird part about it was that, you guys, whenever I would accelerate, this car behind me would accelerate. Whenever I'd slow down, this car behind me would slow down. Like, this person is not changing lanes. They're making sure that it's almost as if they're tailing me. You understand? And so at first I was like, nah, man, it's because of this paranoia that I was having. It's this feeling that I was having. And you know, like, come on, it's nothing. But something in me was like, girl, push it. Let's see if these people are going to do the same. Guys, did I not push that car to like 145? As I push this car to 145, guys, I kid you not, they push the same. I slowed down, they slowed down. So like this person had no reason to slow down, because if you're accelerating, you're gonna accelerate and come past me. But they did not pass me. They slowed down, and that was when I was like, crap. I don't know if maybe these people saw that I'm a woman when I was obviously, you know, entering the N1, and they were like, so I was like, crap. Like, so now I'm thinking, number one, we can do the chase, then it means they're gonna chase me down, or I can just play it cool and act like, you know, I'm not saying anything. Now, obviously, this all is starting to play in my mind. And I am like, the problem that I have now is that soon I'm going to have to off-ramp. And if you know that off-ramp, I don't know the name of that. But as if you're going to, is it Fountains? The Fountains Valley or something? So, you know, instead of going to Pretoria Central, like straight, then, you know, you off-ramp there as if you're gonna be going to, is it Pretoria North or something like that, Pretoria East or something. Then after that, I think it's Fountains Valley, as if you're going to Fountains Valley. So you guys know, like, that road, when you off-ramp there, it's very lonely, and there's also a robot there. So if the robot is red and these people are literally there, like, that would be the perfect spot to just hijack somebody or do something. So now I'm like, I've got two options. I'm gonna have to off-ramp, so I can rather try it to outrun these people and then off-ramp with them not seeing that I'm off-ramping, that they won't know if I off-ramped or not. Or I just take it with just hoping that these are good people with good intentions, and now I'm just saying things. But I was like, guys, without even thinking to me, like, all this happened within a glitch of a minute. I don't want to lie. I just saw myself accelerating. I do not want to lie. Switched that baby to sport. And when I tell you guys, like, I'm still shocked at what my car did tonight. Like, I'm literally still shocked. Like, if I loved Nissan, I love Nissan like a billion times now. Number one, guys, like, I literally was going over 200 kilometers. And this is the thing, guys, that I will tell you, like, it was literally a chase down. The moment I started accelerating, their car, as I'm saying, I don't know what car that is, but I know that it's sort of like almost like an H1. I don't know what it was. Their car, the power is not as strong as my power, so I guess my engine has to be bigger than theirs, because they tried, guys. They literally tried. Like, as I was flying, these guys were flying. Now, the thing that helped was that the N1 was clearly open, but there were a bit of trucks there. And then there was a time that I actually, like, guys, before I got to like over 200, I think I was at about 170. Yeah, when I was about at 170, that was when I literally switched off the music, because what happened was that my car started like roaring like crazy. And I was thinking, like, because I know my car is due for service tomorrow, but it has passed with like, I think over 100 kilometers, yeah, for sure. So I was like, is there something wrong? I'm like, I don't need this car giving me problems tonight. Like, this is a matter of life and death. And at this point, you guys, like, my baby sister is in the car. So I'm just like, Mama Bear mode definitely kicked in at that moment. My adrenaline, guys, was on another level, okay? So I basically, like, what I did was that I switched off the radio. Now my sister is like, well, what's going on? Like, I'm like, I just want to hear how the car is roaring. And then she's like, why? What's going on? Because she could also hear that it was kind of like, but I think it was because I jammed it. Like, probably I went from maybe 130 to 200 in a matter of less than a minute. So obviously it was adjusting and everything, but one thing it was doing, it was pushing. That's one thing I can tell you. So I basically just decided, you know what, let me just tell my sister, because I was like, if anything is to happen, I don't want her to be caught off guard. So I was like, don't panic, but there's a car that is following us, and my baby sister looked back and she's like, oh my god, are you serious, are you joking? Like, I said that she's scared. I'm like, no, I'm not joking, but just, you know, relax. Every time that my sister enters my car, she always makes sure that her seatbelt is on, so I knew her seatbelt was on. We were both safe, but at the same time it was like, I'm driving so fast under this stress. I don't want to make a mistake. When you're driving a car at such a high speed, you literally can turn over. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm out there, like, a lot of things are going on in my mind, but the biggest thing that is in my mind is that I don't want that car to see that I'm actually off ramping. I don't want them to know whether if I'm off ramping or I'm going straight. So at least at that point I knew that I had a chance. Now as I was driving, guys, like there was a truck, and then I don't know what happened, but that guy was kind of like in the middle lane, but the truck was also sort of like in this lane, and it's like 3 lanes at that point. So that guy saw me coming, and I didn't even have to flash the lights, guys. Maybe he just saw that I was in such a high speed. I don't know if because he's high, he could see that there was another car that was like literally trying to push the same speeds as I was, or he saw what was going on. Because that guy immediately like indicated, and then when he indicated, he immediately just went off the road. Like, it was just so crazy. And then like the road just literally opened, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank God. And then I moved, guys. When I tell you guys that I drove like a crazy person today, the thing that I'm the most proudest of is the fact that like literally my car was controlling like nobody's business. Nissan, yo, guys. So I see these guys at the review mirror, and they are literally trying to push the speeds. The gap that I actually passed them with, you wouldn't even believe that at one point we were like this. So you know, when that happened, obviously I did off ramp. After I off ramped, guys, when I tell you that I was not stopping for no red robot, like see, like I was just yo. And then after that, obviously I dropped my sister off. She was super panicked, and I had to wait for her to like enter her flat, because I'm not gonna just boom leave her out. So she had bags and stuff, and I'm just there like, girl, you better get your ass in there fast, because I need to go home. And my sister was super spooked, guys. Like, she was like, don't you think maybe you should slip this side, you know? And I'm just like, no, I'm going home. And then after that, guys, I drove back, but the whole drive back I was super panicked. My adrenaline was still very up. I literally went to Pretoria and came back in less than 30 minutes. I'm talking about to go and come back, less than 30 minutes. I feel like today, had it been that even the cops stopped me, I would have just told them like, guys, I'm literally scared for my life. There's a car that chased me down. Like, those people were chasing me down. And I think maybe the thing that also got me scared was that, you know, you guys know, like this tavern shootings and stuff, people are like, oh, it's a quantum. The car, it's not a quantum, but it's like H1, as I said, is it H1, H3, something like that. Those ones that are like almost like mini buses or something. So I was like, clearly if it's a car like that would be trying to like run after me, it can't be one person. And the last thing that we want is to be in some shootout situation or some hijacky situation. So obviously I had to bucket. And when I tell you guys that they tried, like they literally tried, I could see them like struggling. I don't think they expected me to drive that fast as a woman, especially, but they do not know who I am. I was like, child, we are gonna meet in hell if that is the case, because I'ma kill all of us before anything happens. But yeah, everything just happened so fast, guys. Like, and I think also like just the fact that I was my senses was so high, and also the other thing that I would definitely warrant is the car that I drive. Like, that literally saved, it helped a lot. The fact that I was able to pick up this fast and the fact that my car allowed me to actually drive as fast as I did, and it was still controlling. And guys, mind you, when you get there, like, there are, you know, you have to curve, you have to turn, you have to do this, and so you need to understand, like, you know, going in for the brick from 200 and it still brakes proper and it controls well. And I'm just so happy, guys. I don't want to lie. Like, if anything, I will say Nissan, thank you guys for like creating such good cars, because that literally saved our lives tonight. I mean, it could have been anything. Maybe it could have been someone trying to just scare us, or they could have just been playing, but that ish was not funny. And the fact that, you know, each time, like, they do the same, and when they saw that I was literally balking for it, they also started. Guys, I could see their lights, like, they were going fast. So I think their car just does not have as much strength. That's definitely it. And so I was like, I'm gonna take and use the advantage that I have. So yeah, I did, you know, put us on that fast mode, and we actually did. So yeah, I don't think that from now on, if ever I feel such an unease feeling about something, I'm gonna like literally ignore it. And again, the other thing is that I was telling my sister when we were getting to her flat, I was like, you know, something was telling me it's late, I should not accompany you, maybe I should accompany you tomorrow. And she was like, why didn't you say? Because I also got the same feeling. And I was like, girl, why didn't you tell me? Because literally, had it been that she was like, I've got this feeling, I would have not gone out there, because it was so strong, guys. I could feel it in my tummy, and as I'm saying, I even like felt like I was being suffocated or something. I personally feel like something bad could have literally happened, but clearly God loves us and he has our back. He loves us and he just kept us protected. But that was honestly so scary, guys. Like, when I got to my sister's flat, my legs were literally shaking and I could feel them, and I was like, come here, big girl, who's gonna drive you back home? So it is what it is. That's what happened. If anything I can say is that, guys, be alert, especially if you're driving super late. Like, even I feel like we definitely pushed it. Imagine leaving here at 12:30. Literally by 1 o'clock I was already back. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. Like, it's crazy, guys. Let me just look at the exact time. It's absolutely crazy. I don't want to lie. Yeah, literally by 1 o'clock Ugo was in the complex already. So just be careful, guys. Be careful, and be very vigilant. If you see any funny business, book it, bobo. Okay. Anyway, ninjas, I love you guys. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.